Guys, so I was at the gym today, and by now it's the 24th or something like that. All of the New Year's resolutioners are pretty much gone, so I don't have to worry about getting a machine. And I go at the odd time of day, like after everybody's done their workout, just when they're going to wait for the bus or take their car or whatever, go to work. Or I go in the late afternoon, early evening when people are still getting off work and things are straggling. I'm making this video because today, for the first time in a long while, I had to share a machine and I got really pissed. And so I was doing cardio and abs and a glute touch-up today, and I just wanted to hit all the glute machines. I was kind of freestyling, so I did the glute kickback machine, and I did some calves actually too, and then I was going to do the adductor abductors, and I was going to just superset back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then some abs and some dumbbell pull throughs, and then the Stairmaster. And I got through my first warm-up set, my warm-up set, and then I went into my first superset. And then when I went to go into my second superset, some rando came up and wanted to use the abductor, and I was pissed because I'm not going to ask to work in. It was typically a person that's like not going to know what that means. The weights would have been, I mean, they were doing like 50 pounds and I was doing 280. It just would have been not a good person to work in with. Whereas the day before, I just worked in with a dude on triceps on pull downs. So instead of saying, screw this, I'm not going to finish my abductors, I just got on my hands and knees and I increased, instead of like 12 to 15 reps, I did 25 reps of just like fire hydrants on each side. And that's how I fit it in. And so as I'm sitting there compensating with some other exercise, I thought, you know what? I know a lot of people who will say they had a crappy workout and they didn't get to do what they wanted to do because somebody was on their machine. And so within my private client group, I like to post things quite often, and I posted some examples today with sort of a sentiment about don't be a quitter, with like all of the exercises you could possibly do for hamstrings. So you could be doing dumbbell deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts with a barbell. You could be doing lie down leg curls, seated leg curls, Bulgarian split squats. You could be doing a prone, stability ball, hamstring roll in. You can use bands to do hamstrings. You can use cable machines to do hamstrings. And then there's a lot of other machines you can use in a bunch of different ways to target hamstrings, for instance. So it's not always the easiest thing to do if you're in a smaller gym with less equipment. I totally get it, but there are machine, band, cable, and equipment free and free weight ways of completing an exercise. So my advice to you is go through your set, figure out what you're going to do. And when you see, if you've got a leg day that's hamstring heavy and you've got 4 different hamstring exercises, just do your best to know that if you're walking up to the seated hamstring curl and that's not available, that you're going to go to the lie down hamstring curl. If that's not available, then you're going to go to some barbell stiff leg deadlifts or something like that. There's always a way to find your exercise in the gym, and then if there's not, skip ahead to the next exercise and then go back to the one you're missing if that's the biggest deal. But there's no reason to not do legs. For instance, because one machine is gone. The only time that could ever happen is if for some reason your leg day hits everybody else's leg day, and then you're sitting in the gym and everybody's on the leg press, everybody's on the hack squat machine, everybody's on everything. Then at that point, I would just say either do your cardio and come back later, split your work up in a double up, or trade the next day. If nobody's doing shoulders and you can get that done more easily, then switch your leg day out. I know it screws around your schedule sometimes, but that flexibility allows you to become way less stressed out in your training. And then you get your workout done. Maybe you did shoulders if you could instead of your glutes that day, but at least you got it done, right? So if you're ever wondering about alternative exercises and you're screwed on a day at the gym, Google is your friend. YouTube is your friend. And I'm also your friend. So I always say to my clients, shoot me a text and I'll live demo something for you. I'm usually in the gym, at the studio, or somewhere where I can demo very easily for you what you could be doing. Anyway, no excuses. Find an alternative exercise. There's plenty of them out there. Don't screw up your workout just because somebody happens to be on a machine that you were planning on using. There's tons of equipment and a million different exercises to target the same place. All right, take it easy.